Hey, everybody. Thank you so much for being here today on Deborah Kobylt Live. I have got such a treat on the phone with us today. Chef Bruno Serato. Thank you so much for being here, Bruno.
Thank you, Deborah. I'm very happy to be on the line with you. And hello to everybody.
Hello. And of course, we're seen and heard around the world, so this is wonderful. I mean, for those of you who don't know who Bruno is, let me just get you a little bit up to speed. Bruno is the founder of Caterina's Club. We'll tell you a little bit about what that is in a moment. He also is the owner of the Anaheim White House Restaurant down in Anaheim, California. So much has happened in this man's life since he began with the Caterina's Club. You were knighted. You've been blessed by the Pope so much. You were recognized as one of CNN's heroes. We're going to get into all of that. But what impresses me so much, Bruno, is your heart. Because to bring everybody up to speed, you feed about 5,000 underprivileged kids a day. That's not a week or a month, a day, down in Orange County, California. Bruno, as I said to you on the phone, I don't know how you do it because I can hardly even get dinner on the table. How do you do this?
When I have some customer, they come for dinner with 2-3 kids. And they say, oh my gosh, Bruno, it's so difficult. I look at them and say, you only have 3 kids. I have 5,000 of them. It's so easy. Well, I have a full crew behind me. When I reopened the restaurants 8 months ago, I decided to close for lunch and dedicated the kitchen just for the children. That's the reason I can do. I have a full crew in the kitchen with me starting 7 o'clock in the morning because we're cooking close to 350 pounds of pasta every day and 90 gallons of tomato sauce. That is every single day. We also have to cook chicken, bolognese sauce, because I like to give a protein beside the carb and the fiber. I mean, it's a full crew kitchen working every morning because I want to feed all those 5,000 kids. Up to date, we are in 30 cities, which 10 of them are in Long Beach, 20 in Orange County, and we are in 89 locations. I mean, when earlier I said 10 cities in Orange County, it's 30 cities, 89 locations. And of the 89 locations, 10 of them are in Long Beach, which is LA County. We have some downtown LA too. I mean, it's pretty much a full-time job for a full crew in my kitchen.
Bruno, but let's talk a little bit about how you got to cooking for 5,000 kids every single day of the year. Weren't you at a Boys and Girls Club event with your mom, God rest her soul, Caterina? Is this right? And your mom...
Yeah, in fact, I tell people, don't cook 5,000 pastas a day immediately. I start with one, which was almost 14 years ago, April 18, 2005. I went to the Boys and Girls Club in Anaheim with my mom. She was visiting me from Italy, and there was a 7-year-old kid eating potato chips, normal things for kids, right? But the director told me, Bruno, that could be his own dinner tonight. And I said, why? What are you talking about? He said, well, we have a lot of motel kids. As you know, motel family are considered homeless because they are living day to day, not in a stable house. It's just a bedroom in one motel room. And they say, even if a mom was a good mom and want to cook for the kid, she can't because there's no kitchen there. And I translated in Italian to my mama Caterina, and the first thing she said, well, Bruno, if he doesn't have food tonight, why don't you give him some pasta? And I started with one pasta 14 years ago, and then went up to 50, 100, 200, and now we are at 5,000 a day, which very soon, I think in a month or two, we're going to celebrate the 3 million pasta served.
Okay. So you started just by going to the Boys and Girls Club, noticing that these kids were having maybe potato chips out of the vending machine for dinner. So from there...
exactly, that's what happened.
From there, how do you put together a crew? How do you even do this? How do you get the money? How do you do this to be able to supply food, let alone the logistics for 5,000 kids every day?
Well, the first 4 or 5 years, we ended up to be 200-300 kids a day. And I was doing on my own packet. for my own restaurant. The problem is like when 2008 to 2009, the crash market came, I was in a difficulty myself. I refinanced the restaurant, I refinanced my house. And at one time, by 2010, 2011, I was ready to stop because my general manager said, Bruno, chef, we have to stop to feeding the kids because it costs too much.
Oh, no.
And I was very, very sad about that because at that point we were 350 kids a day. And that was my own packet I can mention every single day, right? But I got a little lucky for the reason that year I went on ABC Evening News with Katie Couric. She did an interview, and CNN also, and People Magazine. That make the world move. Like when they talk about me and what I was doing, and for 7 years I was paying all those 350 kids a day to those Boys Girls Club in Anaheim only. People start to donate it, send us money and give us donation and grant. I mean, I was able to open a foundation, which is Caterina's Club, and try to collect more donation, and also with the different radio around the world, the different newspaper, magazine, TV. The more they talk about, the more donation we receive. I was able to go from 350, 700, 1,000, 2,000, one step at a time. I did not jump to 5,000 every day. Matter of fact, a year ago, January, we were at 4,000. January this year, it jumped to 5,000 because the Long Beach Boys Girls Club called me. They have 3 sites. They're close to 900 kids. They asked if we could do that. I say yes because I love Long Beach too, and I decided to help also more Los Angeles County. That's what we have, 5,000 kids a day today.
But how do you logistically get all these meals to kids all over Orange County and beyond? I mean, like I said, it seems almost impossible. It's truly a machine, right? What do you put them in paper? Like, how do you do it?
Yeah, it's a machine. We have a 2 van, two of my guys. They deliver an average of 25, 30 locations. And we have a location like some Boys Girls Club at their own people. They come to pick it up. I have some school. They come to pick up the pasta. I mean, in the morning, from 7 a.m. and on, we cook and we prepare. From 11 a.m. till 3:30, 4 p.m., we have a lot of people come to the restaurant, pick up the pasta for their own location, beside my 2 drivers who deliver it. And a couple more locations, we give them a dry pasta because sometimes we have people who are underprivileged, but they have a kitchen. I mean, what we do, we furnish pasta and tomato sauce to them, then they're capable to cook at their own house. But the majority is what we do is ourselves.
Wow, that's absolutely stunning. Let's circle back a little bit, though. I think about it, was it a year and a half ago? I mean, you've captured the hearts of people, not only here in California, but honestly around the country and around the world. You're a guy who was born in France, but you're Italian. You have multiple siblings. Are you the only one in the family who's so philanthropic?
Well, all my family, I mean, I should say everybody is because I represent my own family. But now I have my sister that's help, brothers help. But I'm the only one who really represents Caterina's Club for my whole family.
They must be very, very proud of you over in Italy. You also wrote a book, The Power of Pasta. Tell us a little bit about that book and what can people learn about you and the power of pasta?
Yeah, but some people a couple of years ago kept saying, well, Bruno, how you do that? Where you come from? What do you exactly do? And I have an interesting life. I met people around the world. I did a speech at the UN, at the Vatican, in New York, Chicago, in Brazil, in Dubai, Italy, France. I mean, I say, instead of to repeat everything to the people, I said, maybe I should write a book about my life, tell them what kind of people I met. I met some 2 presidents of the United States, Madonna, Gwen Stefani, Pele, Derek Jeter. I mean, I said, let me write that in a book, and maybe some people will be interested to buy it. I said, well, obviously, the title is the best one, which I came up with, The Power of Pasta. Why? Because with pasta, the power to fight world hunger. Because if everybody feed past the 200 children, we will have no hungry children around the world. I mean, I launched the book 2 years ago in America. Did very, very well. In fact, I might have to reprint again this year because it's almost sold out. It was available on Amazon.com and Barnes Noble too. In October last year, 2018, I launched the same book translated in Italian because in Italy, which is my country, everybody want to know because I've been interviewed and been on so many national TV shows all over Europe too. And I decided to translate in Italy. I did a 30-city tour with 30 speeches. I like to do speeches in school where the teenager or youngers to inspire them what we can do around the world. Because if you inspire youngers, they have the way to go to the good route. If you don't inspire the younger one, they can go to the left route. I mean, I like to talk to students that are on a speech for like 400 or 500 students at a time, explain to them that sometimes you don't need money to be a good boy. I mean, you just have to say hi, hello, give a hug. And I say, Mother Teresa of Calcutta say, it takes zero money to be a decent human being. And that's why usually I close my speech with that line. And the young students get very passionate about here from this Italian who travel around the world and represent their country in such a beautiful way. But it's not about me. For me, it's more like to inspiring the young people around the world. I just finished my tour end of October. Last stop was in Dubai. I did a speech for Barilla, top world company for pasta, which they love what they do. And that's just what the power of pasta is. I mean, I spent my life where I come from. I was very poor. I used to wear clothes from people across the street because mom and dad did not have any money. Eat pasta every day for lunch because they didn't have any money. At nighttime, bread, coffee, leftover bread because we didn't have any money. I mean, we come up growing up poor. I'm a humble guy still. I own a beautiful restaurant right here in Anaheim. You know, it's beautiful, it's gorgeous. That tell people, don't think I'm rich. The people say, well, you're rich and famous. Well, famous maybe because of what I do, but I'm not rich. I'm still working to pay my bills, my mortgage. Because I came to this country as a dishwasher with $200 in my pocket. I mean, that is a story than the youngest one or even adult when I do my speech around the world. They get very interested and with $200 in your pocket without speaking the language, you can come up one day and say, I don't speak of the United Nations, with the Pope, you get knighted, you get blessing, you get CNN heroes, so many things happen. Just if you're a good guy, you're a good boy, you do the passion of what you love, which is help others, you can get so much in your life. And that is what I love to see or to hear people when they call me or they write me or meet them. Oh, Bruno, you inspire me so much. You give me an inspiration. You are so strong. You never give up. As you know, 2 years ago, I lost everything.
That
I
wanted to talk about that because I remember when that happened and I turned on the news and the White House restaurant burned to the ground because of an electrical, right? It was an electrical fire that started in the attic. Is that correct?
No, it was in the main dining room from an outlet. Yeah, electrical outlet from the main dining room. Because the year before the fire, we had, like this year, a lot of rain, like 4 years ago. And the rain from a window on the second floor went through the wall. It damaged the outlet in the main dining room. And with a year and a half after, there was so much damage that when the electrical could not exist at their own power, it caused sparking and the fire of the dry wood. And it was down at 3:30 in the morning that famous day of February 4, 2017.
That's just awful. My heart broke when I saw that because I know you also because the radio station, KFI Radio, does their pasta-thon every year. So we've all gotten to know you over the years and we love you. And when I saw that, it broke my heart. But the one thing you said, you were pretty much on your knees and you said, how am I going to feed the children? That was the first thing out of your mouth. And if I'm not mistaken, you had all the restaurants nearby pitch in to help you with that, didn't they?
You know what? It was for a sad day. I mean, I cried my heart out. What they call 3:30 in the morning, my fire was on fire. I thought it was a prick joke from someone, and did not believe it till when I drove back to the restaurant, because I just left it 3 hours before. I was ready to work on the anniversary for my 30th anniversary of the restaurant. I was working on an invitation. I mean, here you leave 3 hours before, if somebody calls you the restaurant is on fire, you don't believe it. Well, when I got here, and it was a 6-7 fire truck, a police, I was devastated. I cried my heart out. I called my family,
awful.
number one, and they could not even understood me because I was crying so much. But after 1 hour, I was calling my family, my brother and sister. I started to realize how I'm going to cook the pasta for the kids tomorrow. And it got so cool for the fact that not only I was devastated, but I got some hope when a friend of mine, which the first one was the Boys Girls Club director of Anaheim, and his name is Caterina, and he said, Bruno, do you need a kitchen? And that was a miracle word, like the password of your computer in your brain. Do you
Wow.
need a kitchen? Yes, I did. And I had the kitchen loaned to me from the Christ Cathedral for a year and a half for free. I feel
Wow.
like at home. I was walking there every day, cook for thousands of kids every day. I never feel uncomfortable. The Christ Cathedral, thanks to Bishop Van and everybody else over there, did open the door for me.
That
But
is beautiful to know. That is
L'altra restaurateur called me for the waiter and waitress because I was concerned for my crew. In a hotel, Disneyland, Marriott, Hilton, couple restaurateurs said, Bruno, what can we do? I said, please, can you hire my crew? I didn't care about me. My first thought was the kids, the second one was the crew. After that, I had to worry with insurance. Do I have enough money to rebuild it? What do I stand? Do I have to look for another job? But then I'll give up.
and now it's been rebuilt better than ever. It's absolutely stunning. There's beautiful artwork on the wall. I mean, they rebuilt that pretty quickly, I will tell you. Let me ask you, over the years, you've had many celebrities, just like you mentioned earlier, who've come to eat there. You've had presidents. Which presidents?
I had two presidents. The first one was President Jimmy Carter, and the second one was George W. Bush, the son, which came maybe 5-6 years after him.
Wow.
With two United States presidents was pretty cool. I had a home singer, Gwen Stefani, which she from Anaheim, as we all know, she's a big celebrity. I had Andrea Bocelli, we know who he is, as you know,
Oh, yes.
the best singer in the world. And Madonna, I did a big catering for her, which was kind of cool because Diana was like the most famous woman in the world, besides Mother Teresa Vegetariana.
And Sophia Loren.
Derek Jeter was there a couple of times, a lot of sport player, Barry Bonds, hockey player from our team, the Ducks, around the world. But I met millions of famous people, but it's been everybody walked through the door. To me, they're all famous. I try to make them feel like a movie star.
No, you do. Has Lady Gaga come there yet for her Oscar dinner?
No, but she should because she's Italian. She probably loves pasta, and I'm ready for her as soon as she walks in. But I hope she doesn't ask me to duet the song, and she just went because my voice is not as good as a duet partner.
We'll reach out. We'll try and get Lady Gaga. She's a pretty humble woman. Maybe we'll get her down to the restaurant. I'm sure she'd love it.
Some people told me that. Yeah, she is also she's a magnificent artist.
Yes, absolutely. So over the years, you give speech.
Call me the day of the fire, which I don't want to mention. Talk about a movie star. The day of the fire, like 6 hours after the morning, Sophia Loren called me. And that, as we know, she's one of the biggest stars on the world. She's the Statue of Liberty of Italy. She's our icon, which is amazing. And when Sophia called me, I cried because I feel like my whole country was calling me. Because to get a phone call from Sophia Loren is not every day. And that was the first time I got a phone call from her. I was just really shaking like a baby.
Boy, you knew what kind of effect you've had on so many when you got a call from Sophia Loren saying, we're here for you. So over the years, you've done speeches at the United Nations about philanthropy and giving back. CNN named you as one of their heroes. I love that you were recognized by the Pope. That to me is just so outstanding.
Oh, yeah.
And he gave you a rosary, right? Did you present him with your book?
Yeah, I went to, when I did my book launch in Italian, somebody called me and said, Bruno, we got an appointment with Pope Francis.
Wow.
I said, are you serious? I almost fainted because that's just my faith.
And
And
what?
I do love this Pope. And I went to Rome and met him. I gave my book, which is called Power of Pasta. I talked to him about what I was doing. I also compliment him for the fact that the night he got elected, he said on the balcony of the Vatican, he said, do not forget the poor. And I mentioned that to him. I said, I follow your step, Your Holiness, and also the one of Mother Teresa, because on the same time, when I gave him my book, Power of Pasta, I also gave a painting of Mother Teresa of Calcutta holding a baby.
How
And he was
beautiful.
very emotional, very touched to me, and he packed my shoulder and he said, bravo, bravo, keep doing what you do, my son. And
Wow.
obviously for me, it was big, and he gave a blessed rosary, which obviously is the biggest, beautiful gift I received in my life.
And you've also been knighted twice, right? By the government of Italy and also by the royal family in Verona. Is that correct?
Yeah, the royal family of Savoy. The
Savoy.
ceremony was 5 months ago. It was down the week after I met Pope Francis. It was down in the oldest Christian cathedral in the world, which is San Giovanni Lateran, not too far away from the Vatican. The Savoy are one of the oldest royal family in the world. The most beautiful things about the Savoy, April 6th, they come to Beverly Hills for an event, and they're going to do a fundraise for Caterina's club.
Wow.
I'm overwhelmed about that because not only they knighted me, but they find out so much about what I do for the children, for the poor. They've decided to do the fundraiser at Beverly Hills for Caterina's club, and that's going to be the Prince Emmanuel of Savoy is going to come to do a speech with me on stage with their guests. And I'm so excited about that because not in the imaginable world I would have think that the Pope would bless me, Prince of Savoy with a fundraiser for my mama's foundation.
Yeah.
It's really, everything is overwhelmed. And all the people out there, I have to tell you that, I mean, from the first little girl who sent me $5 one time because she heard me on CNN, to an older lady who
That's
gave
beautiful.
me $10. All those people out there are the most amazing people, not only just the Prince or the Pope, but every single day people that has fall in love with my project. They bring me a bag of pasta, tomato sauce. K5 Radio has been the one who, from 1,000, make me jump to 5,000 because they talk so much and people get touched about it and help the foundation. I mean, I really want to thank every single grandmother, mom, children who has helped the foundation, everyday life people that has been behind my back to help me to do what I do.
Bruno, I've got to ask you, my kids want to know, do you ever burn the pasta? Because, you know, I have burned pasta before. And
how'd you build the pasta? Are you crazy?
Can I just, it's true. And by the way, I am full-blooded Italian. I need you to know that. I put the pasta in the pot and, you know, the gas was on very high and the pasta was standing up straight and it just sort of tilted over and started to burn in the fire. And I thought, oh no, I hope they don't.
The pasta no water first, Deborah. Give me a break.
It's almost embarrassing to admit it, but it's actually true, Bruno. I'm telling you the truth. I am the one Italian girl in all of the world who will burn the pasta. So my question to you, first of all, I need cooking lessons from you, Bruno. But have you ever done anything like that? I guess I'm going to say your answer is probably no, right?
No, I never built a pasta. It would be a disaster, horrible day if it happened to me to do something like that. My mom teach me well.
Let me tell you, my family, my aunts, my uncles, my father, my mother, they would make meatballs all day and night. They were in the kitchen, usually yelling about something, but it was always over food. And maybe that's why I just ran out of the kitchen, because it just seemed like a hostile environment in a way, because it was so heated all the time. But it really wasn't.
Okay, Deborah, you're going to come to my restaurant Monday to Friday one day. we cook in 350 pounds of pasta, and I'm going to teach you to just cook 1 pound a day. And I'll give you the best trick.
You promise? Okay, I need that because sadly my parents have passed away, and as much as they've tried to help me, it just didn't stick. So maybe you're going to do the trick, and I'll learn from you, Bruno. Speaking of passing
I will
away,
help your parents from heaven.
oh, they were adorable. But speaking of, I know your mom has since passed away, and Caterina's
Yeah.
club is in her honor and in her name. Don't you feel her every day as you're doing this? She must be so proud.
Oh, yeah. I have Italian people. Then her heart is still beating. She passed away in September 5th, a day. Then also Mother Teresa passed away. Not the same year, but the same day that Mother Teresa passed, which is my icon, obviously, for years because she helped the poor. But I tell people that Mom has not died yet. Not only because I believe in heaven and I believe in God and they are there having fun in heaven more than we do here on earth. But I feel like then for every children that is eating pasta on her name every day, her heart beat, her blood is on every person who helping Caterina's club.
It's
I
true.
never saw one day. I mean, it was so sad when I lost her. Cried for 3 months almost because I love her so much. But today I'm so happy of Foundation Caterina. I tell a lot of people, I've been inspiring people if they want to help others to do something on their own mom and pass away because that's going to give you so much love in your soul to do something on your mom. And I feel like she's in heaven. I mean,
And she's
it's
watching.
really something. So she just dancing in heaven with Mother Teresa of Calcutta. Thinking, look what my son did today. Look, he's meeting the Pope. Look how many kids is in Philly. And as you know, we also give home to the homeless people, which is a big deal too.
Yes, you do.
And home for a family member is the number one piece we need. When people doesn't have home, they have nothing. When they have no food, they have nothing. But a home is as important than a bit of food, and that's why I'm sure the mom from heaven
Right, because you have,
smile every single day.
well, they're smiling with my parents too. They're probably all eating the pasta together up there. I'm absolutely certain of it. I believe
I'm
this is true.
sure. I'm sure.
Bruno, what's next for you if there could be a next? I mean, I guess pretty much just keep doing what you're doing, inspiring people, speaking around the world about how one bowl of pasta or whatever your gift is, you really can
And
make a
exactly what I
difference.
like to do because, talking and getting inspire other people, inspiring people to do this in Texas, Chicago, New York, Mexico, Africa, Italy, France, Australia. I mean, people get inspired. And I'm sure South America because I did two speeches in Rio de Janeiro and one in Sao Paulo. I mean, I've been televised in Univision, all the South American TV channel too. I mean, I'm sure there's a lot of people around the world who have followed my steps. I mean, this is what I like to do. In
Wow.
America, we have over 4,000 Boys Girls Club. I would love to see every 4,000 of them to prepare pasta before kids go home.
Wow.
Because kids are hungry on every city, every state in the whole country. And that is a goal that I have. But each Boys Girls Club are independent on their own. And we have a lot in Orange County because I feed them, but I would like to see that on every club in the United States.
As you know, today is the first day of Lent. It's Ash
Yes, I
Wednesday.
know. Somebody remind me to make sure I go to church today.
I know.
But I say,
And
let me work first.
no, but how wonderful that we're talking about this and giving back. So many people, they try and give something up or do something for Lent. So I'm challenging people, regardless of one's religion, go out there in your name and your honor and your mom's honor and go do something for Lent. Go do something for somebody else. Instead of giving up candy, just
Yeah.
instead go do something. So how appropriate that you're on our show today for Lent. I appreciate that.
Thank you. We always a quote that then I read it once and they say, there's a matter you are, there's a matter what you do, but you always can be a better person of yourself.
Absolutely.
And that is a line and is beautiful. Like I mentioned earlier, when Mother Teresa say, it takes zero money to be a decent human being. And I say that all the time for one reason. Even to say hello to an elderly person, a hug to a kid,
Oh, boy,
a
do they
kiss
need.
to somebody who needs it.
You're
They
so
don't need
right.
money, but it's big deal. Some people doesn't have that. And we take for granted everything we have, but when we don't have it, it's something that we miss.
What a heart you have, Bruno. Bruno, for people who want to help you get involved and donate, where should they go? What's the name of the
They
website?
go to the Caterina's Club. Caterina's there with C. Caterinasclub.org. O-R-G.
Okay.
In fact, if they forget Caterina's Club, they can go to my website, Anaheim White House website, where they can click on Caterina. Like that is easy for them to remember. But that you can see all the projects we do, so much information. You can donate it. You can ask if you want to do something else, because we do so much, Because not only we feed the pastor, we give them home, but we also teach hospitality to 60 children every year, from school in the area. We have 5 cities. I mean, there's so many programs that Caterina's Club does. And you go to my website, it explains so much, caterinasclub.org.
And we'll put that out also on our social media. Bruno, thank you so much. So much. I'm honored that you gave me the time. I will make my way down there, not just to have dinner on my anniversary, but to get some cooking lessons. How's that?
Come an hour early. That we go to the kitchen together.
Yeah, and with me, you're going to need it. So thank you so much, and I appreciate everything you do, and have a wonderful day, wonderful holiday coming up soon, and we will speak again soon.
Thank you, Deborah. Ciao tutti. Ciao.
Ciao, Bruno. I will talk to you soon. Thank you so much for being here. I have a terrible Italian accent. I don't speak Italian very well, but I'm going to learn. It's one of the things I'm going to do this summer. Anyway, everybody, thank you. Please, CaterinasClub.org, and that's spelled with a C. Bruno is one of the most generous, giving people that I've ever met. And I urge you to go on his website and see what he's doing. Maybe even get some tips for cooking a little bit. So thanks again for being here. You can find us on Facebook, on YouTube, on Apple Podcasts, iHeart, Spotify, and anywhere else that you listen or watch your podcasts. Thank you. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.